Welcome back. And before we get into our little story about a certain TV show, I want to talk about the history of it. The originally it started in the 30s, and it wasn't so flamboyant as its counterpart in the 60s. Um, we are talking about Batman, and in the early 30s, they started making Batman, but it wasn't so, good as the 60s series. So now we are talking about the 60s version of Batman and the history of it and Gotham City. So it was made 120 original broadcasting episodes on this DVD. The TV iconic Dynamic Duo has been captured along with the legacy of Ambos and the powerful 18-disc collection. The hit series featured every guest star from Julie Newmar and Caesar Roman, and this set of episodes with over 3 hours of extras, you can bring home all the crime-fighting action and the winning generation of fans. So we're talking about the original Batman, because later on they made, in the 80s, they brought out Batman, but they made him a bit different. They made a few films and that. So I'm talking about the TV show with Adam West and I forget his psychic was Bruce Ward. Adam West and Bruce Ward was Batman. Adam West was Batman, Bruce Ward was Robin. And we're going to talk about all the different episodes and that. So, season 1 was 34 episodes. The first one was Hi Diddle Riddle. Hi Diddle Riddle. Now, this is the Riddler setting up Batman and that, making out that he was going to rob something, but he didn't. And then our next one, Slapped in the Middle. Batman, because some of the episodes was like set in 2 halves and that, because it was like half hour episodes. Then the Fine Feather Freak. And then episode 4, the Penguin Jinx. That was the first one with the Penguin, because the Penguin, Riddler and the Joker and Catwoman, they later appeared into the Batman movie. So for our next one, Joker is Wild. Episode 6, Batman is Rude, something. Episode 7 is Incest Freeze. Episode 8 is The Rat Likes Cheese. Episode 9 is Zorro the Great. Then we got 10 is The Great Wrong Than Fate. 11, The Riddler a Day Keeps the Riddle Away. 12 was When a Rat's Always the Mouse is. When the rat's away, the mouse will play. 13 is the 13th Hat. So this brought in a character called the Mad Hatter and that. 14, the Joker Goes to School. That's when the Joker sets up the school kids and that. And then we've got 16, he meets his match. The girlish the ghoulish skull. Then we go on to 17, the truth or false face. This was the character what they'd change his face and that. 18, holy rat race. Then the perfect crime. The pranks of perfect crime. 20 is better luck next time. The penguin goes straight. This is when the penguin is trying to run from there and he's pretending to go straight, but in theory he wasn't really. Then not yet, he's ain't. I don't know what that is. The ring of wax. Given the axe. Joker trumps an ace. Batman sets the piece. The crime of Tot. So this brought in King Tot. He was a history archaeologist, and he got banged on the head, and he thought he was King Tot. And then for our next one, Batman sets the piece. Oh no, we've jumped back there. The phase of the rot. The bookworm. This starred, the bookworm was Roddy McDowall. Now, people would know Roddy McDowall from Planet of the Apes, because he played Galen in Planet of the Apes. He was the bookworm and that. And then 30, while Gotham City burns. 31, the death in slow motion. Wriggler's false notion. Fine field friend. I don't know if that's one with Catwoman, because she turned up in quite a few. Then Batman makes a scene. So we go on to season 2. And as you can see at the bottom, there's some of the characters of and I think that's the Mad Hatter hats on that one. So season 2 ran from 1 to 60 episodes. So shot a crooked arrow, walk the stranger and narrow, hot off the grid, the cat and the fiddle, the mischievous shakedown, the Barbits Batman, the spell of Tot. Tot's case is shot. The great mother of them all, Ma Parker, the Clock King, crazy crime. The Clock King gets. Oh, this must be a 2 parts. Clock King gets crowned, and then grows in Gotham. The Yacht fall in Gotham. The Devil's Finger, Death Ring, the Norris of the Penguin, the Desert of Penguin. Because some of these episodes was like 2 parts, because they always had a cliffhanger where Batman or Robin ends with something happening, and then you gotta wait for the next installment of the episodes and that. So we're the Green Ice, Deep Freeze, the Impacted Joker Prank Pro, I think, Moss Queen of Diamonds, Comeback Shane, It's Now You Play the Game, Penguin's Nest, The Bird Last Justice, Cat's Pearl, Batman No Toll, The Puzzler is coming, A Duel to the Sense, The Sandman comes. Catwoman's guff. The Countdown Cowl. The Mad Hatter runs afoul. So that sounds like the Mad Hatter comes back into the story again. Where are we? The Zodiac Crime. The Joker's Hard Time. Penguin's Decision. That Damn Catwoman. The Scar Damn Catwoman. Penguin is the girl's best friend. Penguin sets a trap. Penguin's distracted end. Batman's anniversary. The Riddler's confession. Joker's last laugh. Joseph's in time. Catwoman goes to college. Batman displays his knowledge. A piece of the action. Batman's satisfaction. King Top's cut. Batman Waterloo. The Black Widow strikes again. Caught in the spider's den. Pop goes the Joker. Flop goes the Joker. The I Spy. The duos defies. And that's the end of season 2. So season 3 brought in Batgirl into the series and that. And we start off, because this was only 26 episodes, season 3. So, enter Batgirl, exit Penguin, the big round, the riddle, the war of Sinner, the sport of penguins, the horse of another colour, the unkind tot of all, Lucia the liar, the goal of I, how to hatch a dinosaur. So I think this was like a 3-part with because even quite a lot of famous people appeared in it. I can't think of his name. One of the characters who played in it. Surf off the Joker under. This is when Batman and the Joker are having a surf off. Who's the best surfer? So, the Lord in Laden, because this one was, I think this is where they went to London. The Foggiest Norton, the Bloody Terror, Catwoman Jess to Kill, the old couple, the funny themed Prolonged, the Joker on the Catwoman, Louise Life and Little Time, Norma's Cousin and the Ladies Crime Club, Penguin Claims Sweep, The Great Escape, The Great Train Robbery, I'll Never Be a Mummy's Uncle, The Joker's Flying Saucer, The Encounter of Dr. Casamia, The Miner's Mayhem and the Millionaire, and then that was the last ones, and then you got the bonus features, Holy Mania Batman, Hanging with Batman, Batman Born, Building the World of Batman, Batman of the Round Table, Interview with Batman in the Word of Adam West, No, Batman, Batman's Rattle Straight from the Vaults. So this was like the as you can see, this some of the villains and that was the complete series of everyone, because in the end they stopped it and one of the other companies was going to take it over, but I forget who did Batman, which company, but they scrapped everything, even the Batcave and that. And next we have Holy Batman Reunion. This is Return to the Batcave. So this is like a spoof story featuring Batman series stars Alan West and Burt Reynolds reunite in a comic adventure where they stumble upon a identical plot to steal the original Batmobile from a charity benefit while trying to unravel the disdain and find the Batmobile. West and Ward flashback to their times of their 60s TV series to reveal the bizarre behind-the-scenes story of the creation of the TV classic from their on the sets, explaining to their wild live encounters with fans. Original star Frank Gorman as the Riddler, Julie Newman as Catwoman, also made special appearances. So as you can see, those two people on this side is Catwoman and that, and this is like a spoof, like Batman and Return of Batman. As you can see, there's Alan West and Bruce Burt Ward and that, and there's the Catwoman and there they are now, and that was when. And this is like a spoof for the TV. You know, the duo are back in a new adventure, searching for their stolen Batmobile after they discover they realise to recover the stolen vehicle. They need to revamp their past. The original Batman series was an epic half-hour action series based on the characters of Batman, a detective crime magazine. During Batman's long career, he was featured in Superman the Radio series and in 2 movies sequels produced during the Second World War. In 1966, ABC, American TV network, decided to produce the first Batman TV series, and Burt Ward as his partner in the crime-fighting robbing. It was shown twice nightly a week, and like the comic, it suddenly ended with a cliffhanger. The TV series followed the Sumpton plots as the comic book, with Bruce Wayne being of Kane when he has patients are tried, killing by the criminals. He hails a huge fortune and obtains with the adventures his parents' death, fighting the evil duos who prey Gotham City as Batman the Cape Crusader. He continues the Batcave and spars a lab using the help from crime undermines hidden his mansion. His young Chase Dick Grace also ordained by the crime, becomes Robin, the boy wonder, under Bruce Wayne's guidance. The only person who knows their identity is Alfred, the butler, who raised Bruce after his parents were killed in the Battle Lab and at the Batcave. Batman and Robin were helped by the most advanced technology to fight their enemies. The police commissioner Gordon could ask Batman for help by using the Bat sign or the Bat phone, a direct line between the police station and Bruce Wayne's mansion, to define those enemies. Batman and Robin also used the Batmobile, their trust ultimate belt, the utility belt, and a host of other Bat devices. A successor of the series attempt to several further acts and assistants to get guest stars as the many minor villains. The Dynamic Duo are to combat. Among there were the Riddler, Francis Gorman, the Penguin, Bert Goss, Joker Caesar Romay, Kintop Victor Bruno, Eggman Vincent Price. That's who I was trying to think of. The Eggman was Vincent Price. Catwoman was Julie Nouvel and Leah Myra and Eartha Kitt. So there was 3 Catwomens. So Batman introduced the expressed art and fashion of the mid-60s in its sets and costumes. Also rising extreme on the technology gadgets, transforming the show into a permanent and content life. It was this self-made, self-reflected camp of comedy characters that made the show a success. Actually, was intending overdo to their situation's explosion in flam fight scenes, animated pow, bang and buff would fill the screen when time of punching was fought. They challenged beside the upset of hardcore comic book fans were not enough to save the show. The show originally aired during the spring of '66. It aired on ABC for two and a half seasons, 120 shows between '66 and '68. The original shows twice a week. They cut it to once a week in '67 and introduced a new character, Batgirl. She was introduced to try and stop the falling viewing figures and relationship between Batman and Robin that hailed her arrival in the comic book in 1955. Batgirl was Yvonne Gregg, a library and daughter of Commissioner Gordon. Fighting crime on her own, but was also paired with the Dynamic Duo on many occasions. Her debut was not enough to save the show, and Batman went off the air in 1968. So that's my little chat about Batman. Later on, they made some films, made the dark ones. They revamped it, and then they made new films, but they went into a different, from the 60s way, they went into the different routes and that, and the films was a success. And this is where I say goodbye to Batman and Robin and Batgirl. And I hope you enjoy my little trip down the history of Batman and talk about the series. And I'll say a fond farewell from the Batcave. Goodbye and